The story begins with an underground fight, where two fighters are determined to kill each other. A huge crowd has gathered to watch the fight. One of the fighters is extremely dangerous and ruthless, with tattoos covering his entire body. At first, he is joking around while fighting his opponent, but as soon as he gets angry, he knocks the other fighter down with just 3 or 4 punches. Just then, a man wearing a black hoodie arrives. As soon as he enters, he challenges the dangerous fighter to a fight. He is none other than Jason, the most famous and dangerous fighter in the city. The moment the other fighter sees Jason, he immediately backs away. He tells the referee, "Are you crazy? I'm not fighting Jason, because I love my life." So the fighter gives up before the fight even begins. Jason wins the fight without throwing a single punch and is given $5,000 as a reward. We then see a girl named Victoria, who is quite shocked after watching all this. Soon, Jason leaves the place. But when he reaches his car, a man suddenly attacks him and sticks a knife into his stomach. Jason does not panic at all and tells him, "I'm forgiving your first mistake. If you ever attack me again, I'll send you straight to the other side." Hearing this, the man becomes terrified and runs away. In reality, someone had hired him to kill Jason. But Jason was not an ordinary fighter. Everyone in that place was terrified just by hearing his name. Meanwhile, Victoria also follows Jason and reaches his car. There, instead of putting a bandage on his wound, Jason is using tape because he does not even have enough money to buy a bandage. The money he received from the fight is all he has to survive on for the next few days. Victoria had never seen a man like him before. So she says, "Your name is so frightening that you can win a fight without even fighting, but you don't even have enough money to buy a bandage." Hearing her, Jason says, "Whoever you are, don't get on my nerves with useless talk and leave." Victoria immediately says, "I'm sorry. I thought you would be a little nicer when talking to girls, so I was just joking with you." Jason gives a slight smile and asks, "What exactly do you want from me?" Actually, Victoria runs a bar in Florida. But every night, some gangsters come there, destroy the place, and leave, and there is nobody to stop them. The police do nothing, and all of Victoria's bouncers have already run away because they are afraid of those gangsters. After seeing Jason in the ring, Victoria immediately realizes that she cannot find a better bodyguard to protect her bar. So, she offers Jason $5,000 every week and a place to stay if he becomes her bodyguard. But Jason replies, "I'm not interested in your offer." In the end, she gives Jason her card and tells him, "If you change your mind, call this number." Then we see Jason park his car in a gas station parking lot at night and sleep there. In fact, Jason has no home to live in, and he often spends the night at this gas station. Eventually, the gas station owner gets annoyed with him and calls the police. The police tell Jason to move his car away from there. Jason leaves without arguing. But on the way, he stops his car between the railway tracks. Jason is actually tired of his life and does not want to live anymore. So he turns off his car and waits for the train to arrive. But then he thinks that it is not time for him to die yet. He quickly tries to start the car, but unfortunately, it does not start. The train hits him with tremendous force. Luckily, he does not suffer any serious injuries. After this, the scene cuts to a bus, where Jason is traveling to the address given to him by the woman. After reaching the town, he waits for Victoria because she had promised to pick him up from the bus station. But even after waiting for a long time, nobody comes. Seeing Jason standing there alone, a girl comes out of the bookshop across the street and asks him to come inside. Jason is still standing outside the shop when the girl's father arrives. He looks at Jason and says, "You don't seem to be from around here." Jason replies, "You're right. I'm not from here. I need to go to a bar near Roadhouse." The man gives Jason the address of Victoria's bar. Jason thanks both of them and walks toward the bar with his luggage. After walking for a while, he finally reaches Victoria's bar. As soon as he enters, Jason orders himself a drink. Everyone inside the bar is happily doing their work. He then tells the bartender that he wants to meet Victoria. The bartender tells him that Victoria is standing right behind him. When Jason turns around, Victoria immediately goes into her office. Jason then asks the bartender why he was called there, because it does not look like the place needs a bodyguard. He asks, "Am I really getting paid just to sit here?" The bartender replies that he will find out everything once night falls. As soon as night arrives, some gangsters show up and immediately start destroying the bar. But Jason sits in his place, smiling as he watches them. Victoria is also quietly watching everything from her office. The gangsters then grab one of the bartenders and start bothering him. Seeing this, Jason finally gets up from his seat and tells the bartender to leave. The gang leader looks at Jason and says, "Looks like you're new here. Don't try to act like a hero, or you'll get yourself killed for nothing." Jason smiles and replies, "Yes, I'm the hero and you're the villain." But then you should also know that in the end, the hero is the one who beats the villain to death. Saying this, Jason walks outside the bar. The gangsters follow him because their leader is furious after hearing his words. Once outside, the leader threatens to kill Jason. The other people also come outside to watch the fight. Jason then tells Victoria, "You brought me all the way here just for these two-bit gangsters? Anyone can take care of these hired thugs." The gangsters surround Jason from all sides, but he is not scared at all. He slaps one of them hard across the face. The next moment, the rest of the gangsters attack him. Jason starts beating them one by one, and within a few minutes, he takes them all down. The people watching are extremely happy and start shouting Jason's name. Victoria is also relieved because she is now convinced that Jason is the perfect man to protect her bar. After this, Jason goes to the hospital because he needs the wound from the previous night bandaged. A doctor named Ellie treats his injury. Ellie then asks Jason if he is the same man Victoria brought there to protect her bar. Jason smiles and replies, "Yes, that's me." As he is about to leave, he tells the doctor that he does not have money for the medicine and promises to pay her as soon as he receives his salary. Ellie tells him that there is no need because Victoria has already paid for everything. A little later, Jason returns to the bar. Victoria tells him that after a long time, the people in the town finally have some hope of feeling safe, and the reason is him. She thanks Jason for coming there. Later that night, Jason takes his belongings and goes to a boat. The boat actually belongs to Victoria, but she has now given it to Jason as a gift. The next morning, Jason goes to the same girl's bookshop. Her name is Lucia. Jason has come there to buy some books for himself. But just then, some gangsters arrive outside Lucia's shop. As soon as Jason comes out of the shop, the gangsters see him and immediately leave. Jason asks Lucia what those gangsters had come there for. Lucia replies that they come every week to collect money from them, and if they do not get anything, they simply destroy things inside the shop and leave. Hearing this, Jason feels sorry for Lucia and her father. He then asks Lucia if she does not go to school. Lucia says, "My dad doesn't even have enough money to pay my school fees. That's why I spend the whole day here at the bookshop helping him." Hearing this, Jason develops sympathy for Lucia. The scene then cuts to an extremely wealthy man sitting on his expensive yacht while someone shaves him. The same gangsters Jason beat the previous night are also there. All of them actually work for this wealthy man, whose name is William. William wants to take control of Victoria's bar and build a 5-star hotel there, but Victoria is absolutely unwilling to sell the bar. That is why William sends his gangsters to the bar every night to harass her, hoping that she will eventually get tired and sell the place herself. But Victoria is not someone who gives up easily. That is why she hired Jason for protection. We then see the bar, where two people are fighting again. But as soon as Jason walks inside, both of them become scared and immediately stop fighting. Jason's reputation has now spread throughout the town, and people have started fearing his name. Before long, an entire month passes, but there is not a single fight inside the bar during this time. One night, Jason steps outside the bar for a while, and notices the same gangsters standing near their bikes and staring at him from a distance. Jason does not pay much attention to them and goes back inside. In reality, Jason is a UFC fighter. He is not an ordinary fighter, but a world champion. One day, during a fight, he lost control and continued beating his opponent even after the referee tried to stop him. His opponent became unconscious and died right there. This incident broke Jason from the inside, and he left the UFC forever. But his past still refuses to leave him alone because he often has terrifying nightmares at night. The next morning, Jason goes to a small restaurant where he meets Ellie. Ellie approaches him, asks about his injury and says, "Why didn't you come back for another checkup after that night?" Jason replies that he does not pay much attention to minor injuries like these. Ellie smiles and tells him to take care of his health. Jason realizes that Ellie may have started liking him. That same night, when Jason arrives at the bar, Victoria calls him into her office and gives him his first salary. It is the first time Jason has seen this much money since leaving the UFC. One night, while Jason is walking down the street, he notices that a car has been following him. So he starts walking a little faster, but the car speeds toward him and suddenly hits him, sending him to the ground. Jason struggles to get back up, but then he sees the car coming toward him again. He tries his best to escape, but the car hits him once more. The car is actually being driven by the leader of the same gang. Jason is about to fall off a bridge along with the car, but the gangster and his partner manage to get out of the car in time. Jason, however, falls directly into the water with the car. Somehow, he survives and makes his way to his boat. As soon as he gets inside, he sees the same gangster waiting for him with a gun. Jason is not frightened at all and simply waits for the right moment. As soon as the gangster's attention shifts, Jason attacks him and throws him into the water. He then picks up the gangster's gun and stands in front of him. Jason has a good heart, so instead of killing the gangster, he throws the gun into the water. The noise attracts a crocodile, which comes out of the water and grabs the gangster in its jaws. Jason tries his best to save him, but it is already too late. The crocodile grabs the gangster and drags him into the deep water. The next morning, Jason goes straight to Lucia's bookshop. He gives her some money and tells her to buy a new computer. He then tells Lucia that she can continue her studies using the internet. Lucia buys a computer with the money and sincerely thanks Jason. Jason also happily leaves the shop. After that, he goes straight to Victoria and asks her why the gangsters come to the bar every night and destroy things. He tells her that she has never done anything wrong to anyone. Victoria finally tells Jason the whole story. She explains that a man named William wants to destroy their bar and build a 5-star hotel there, because the view from that location is very good and his hotel would make a huge profit. But Victoria's grandfather's last wish was for the bar to always remain open. That is why she does not want to sell it at any price. Because of this, William sends gangsters every night to destroy the place. She also tells Jason that William was behind the attack on him as well, hoping that Jason would leave the place and return home. Now Jason knows the whole truth. We then see William, whose man tells him that they tried everything to drive the bodyguard away, but he is too powerful and they cannot defeat him. William says, "So what if you can't defeat him? You can still kill him." He then calls his most dangerous fighter to America. His name is Knox. William tells Knox, "I will pay you whatever you ask. Just drive that man named Jason out of here, or kill him. If you cannot do the job, I'll bring in people who are even more dangerous than you." Knox is a completely crazy man who does not care about anything, and like Jason, he was also a dangerous oof fighter in the past. Now he is going after Jason with everything he has. We then see Jason sitting peacefully inside the bar when Knox suddenly enters. As soon as he walks in, he starts destroying the entire bar. He even begins beating the bartenders. Seeing this, Jason finally gets up and tries to stop Knox. But the crazy Knox says, "I've been looking for you, and now no one can save you from me." The two immediately begin an intense fight. Knox has the upper hand because Jason does not want to kill him. Knox keeps beating Jason and drives him outside. After taking so many hits, Jason finally becomes furious. He gets back on his feet and starts walking away without fighting. Knox shouts from behind, "That's all it took to scare you?" But Jason ignores him. Ellie also arrives there because she came to meet Jason, but Jason ignores her too. By then, Victoria arrives with the police. She is extremely upset after seeing the condition of the bar, but when she goes inside, she cannot find Jason anywhere. Jason is actually on his boat, packing all his belongings. Victoria reaches him and says, "So you got scared of those people?" She reminds him that he is the most famous fighter in the city. She admits that Knox is stronger than him, but says that this does not mean Jason should run away in fear. Jason finally replies, "If my anger gets out of control, I don't know how many people will die. But I don't want to put anyone's life in danger. That's why it is better for me to leave." Saying this, he walks away. When he reaches the bus station, he notices Lucia's shop. There are fire trucks parked outside. As soon as Jason enters, he sees that the entire shop has been burned to the ground. He learns that Lucia and her father have also lost their lives in the incident. Jason is completely certain that William and Knox are behind all of this. Now Jason's anger explodes because Lucia was the girl he cared about the most in the entire town. Instead of leaving the town, he goes straight to William's hideout. William is not there, but Jason kills all of his men in anger. He asks the last remaining man where William is, and the terrified man tells him that the boss has a meeting tomorrow morning, and Jason will find him there. Jason returns to his boat, takes some necessary equipment, and heads out to sea toward the place where William's meeting is going to take place. As soon as he arrives, William's men search Jason and then take him in front of William. William tells him to leave the place, or he will kill Jason's girlfriend, Ellie, as well. Jason's anger has still not disappeared. He tells William, "Now I will leave this town only after killing you like a dog." William laughs after hearing this, and orders his men to finish Jason. Before William's men can kill him, Jason presses a button that causes a dangerous explosion on the boat, knocking everyone to the ground. Jason then gets up and starts taking William's men down one by one. By then, the crazy Knox has also arrived and starts moving toward them. Ellie is being held captive by William, so William takes her with him and tries to escape. On the other side, Knox is about to run his boat over Jason and kill him. But at the right moment, Jason grabs the side of the boat and climbs onto it. When Knox is about to attack him, Jason quickly throws him off the boat. He then heads straight toward William. William is driving the boat at high speed. But when his attention is distracted, Ellie takes the opportunity to attack him, and the two begin struggling with each other. Because of this, the boat changes direction and crashes directly onto the beach ahead. Ellie jumps off in time and survives, but William falls onto the shore along with the boat. Jason arrives there and starts looking for William. Suddenly, William attacks him, but Jason knocks him to the ground with a single blow. William tries to fight him again, but he cannot last long against Jason. On top of that, Jason also wants revenge for what happened to Ellie. That is why he has absolutely no intention of letting William go. Just as Jason is about to kill William, a car suddenly hits him from behind. The driver is none other than the crazy Knox. Another brutal fight begins between the two. Both of them use all their strength to kill each other. But after a while, Knox starts overpowering Jason and knocks him to the ground. Jason does everything he can to protect himself, but Knox refuses to stop. He tries to push a sharp piece of wood into Jason's eye, but Jason uses all his strength to stop him. Then, Knox drives the sharp piece of wood into Jason's stomach. Just then, William comes from behind and tells Knox to finish the job and kill him. He says that if Knox does not kill Jason, he will not receive even a single dollar. Hearing this, Knox becomes furious with William and tells him that he cannot even kill a fly himself, yet he is giving him orders. Knox then breaks William's neck and kills him. After that, he moves toward Jason to finish him off. Just as Knox is about to kill him, Jason pulls the sharp piece of wood out of his own stomach and drives it into Knox's leg. He then takes the wooden weapon from Knox and repeatedly strikes him with it. Because of his injuries, Knox falls to the ground and dies on the spot. In the end, we see that everything has finally been settled. Jason has avenged Lucia's death, and Victoria's enemies have also been killed. Now Victoria and her bar have nothing to fear from anyone. So Jason leaves the town forever, and with that, this amazing movie comes to an end. By the way, what did you think of this movie? If you enjoyed it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.